Timothy Phil Hitchen Kamau. I've known Tim since 2013. Tim was a guy full of life, a good sense of humor, a good mentor to his young team, bearing in mind he had a team of around 23 people. And it's a fairly young team with an average age of 25 years old. Well, Tim used to tell me he hopes that one day one of his team members will actually employ him. That is what will show him he's actually grown that team to a level where their potential is and where they should be. He used to joke to me that would be pensioners at one point. My last interaction with him, he was looking forward to opening of Two Rivers Mall. It was part of family for him, very affectionate of it. Of course, he was also looking for Crystal Palace to qualify for the Champions League places. Highly unlikely, but it's good for a man to hope. If I was to give a personal message to the family, I'd take heart. Losing Tim is never easy. A guy full of life. He was an inspiration to many. Yeah, and I believe he lives among us. To Tim, it's a huge loss, although physically gone, but forever an inspiration. All the best, rest in peace, and God be with you.
From the word go, there was just something different about him. A very calm spirit, an extremely bubbly character, who was, and I can say he also had a very wicked sense of humor. I mean, so when I heard about his passing over the weekend, it really shocked me. It really shocked me. The other thing I would say about him is that he was somebody who truly cared for his team. My other interaction with him was from a HR perspective, so he was the one person who would come up and clearly state what he would want to see provided for his team. But also he was at the forefront in ensuring that he helped them and actually developed them as people. You could just see the human side of Tim. As a member of the Athena team, there's something that, was quite amazing. He was such a valuable member of that team and played a very important role insofar as project delivery was concerned. I believe it's because of him, and the role that he played and played very well, that Two Rivers is where it is now. The hard work and the dedication is reliable and truly a good support system for Chris. Tim.
Generally, he's a very friendly person. And every time he would travel, we always knew that there were goodies that were coming our way. So we'd wait and hear, oh, Tim is back. And the next minute, we're just going to look at the goodies that he's brought. And he'd bring a lot to share. And more often, we tell him, hey, Tim, you don't want to share with us? And you're the one who's brought. And he'd say, no, I still have my health to put in check. So that's one side of him that I felt he'd never buy just for the team or a few people. He'd always think about the entire family. That's one thing that I liked about Tim. Professional-wise, I've really felt his impact even through the team and how he's been able to grow the team. I know that the team he has been able to develop will take over from where he stopped. But most importantly, I'll miss him, not only as a colleague, but as a friend that I grew to love. And just for the impact he's created in his team, I really feel he was quite an asset that this team will take a while to replace.
It's actually quite difficult to figure out how long I've known Tim, but it just struck me when I received the news that I probably knew him from late 2013, which would be putting it at about 2.5 years. But it really felt like I've known him for so much longer. If anybody asked me off the cuff, I would easily say I've known Tim for over 10, 15 years. I guess Tim was that way. Yeah, very easy to talk to. Tim's loss is going to be a huge, huge loss. And I hate to speak about it personally, but I know my personal sentiments are actually shared by the rest of the team. The void he leaves in the group, and it's not just about work, because with Tim was one of the first people I always went to when there was something difficult, or when there was a challenge, or when there was something we needed to fight about, because that's the nature of what we do. There are always challenges and there are always solutions being sought. But Tim was always so ready to share his knowledge. We just hope that we can do as much as we can to to share this spirit and to live true to what Tim's ideals were. Yeah. And finally, I know everybody will be saying this, we'll really miss the sweets and the food and the jokes, because that was Tim throughout. He would be able to settle people even in a very strenuous relationship, while always giving it to you as true as possible. Tim would tell off anybody. He would not shy away from being true to what needed to be said. Yeah.
So I have had a bit of a long relationship with Tim, known him for about 5 years now. Throughout the time I've known him, very solid gentleman, and gentleman I underscore. He's always been a gentleman in all the time that I've known him. Hardly ever raised his voice, even when he was sufficiently aggravated. So always proper gentleman. The other thing that struck me about Tim was that he could interact with almost anybody at all levels, all races as well. He fit into Kenya quite well, had lots of Kenyan friends that I know, integrated with the team both at Tatu City and at Centum here quite well, with all his colleagues. Got to understand Kenyan culture quite well and really became a Kenyan. He attended some of the social events that we participated in, like Koroga, which is a music festival, I'd say, Kenyan music festival, and he was a regular at that event. At the site, Two Rivers, there's lots of Chinese. He interacted with them quite well. He had consultants from all over the world, some from South Africa, some from England. Again, he fit into any situation, with all types of people quite well. At Centum particularly, and in Two Rivers, I think he's been very instrumental in the progress we've made with the Two Rivers development. And for me, when I look at the progress we've made, and knowing that I played some part in him coming to join Centum, I'd say he's not just lived up to my expectations, he's lived up to Centum's expectations. He's going to be very dearly missed.
Tim had this special pride in his work, and I would really say Two Rivers has been his baby, and the Two Rivers development that we're just about to complete will be testament to Tim's work. He joined us exactly 3 years ago, and he joined us mainly to work on Two Rivers, and so he has seen it mature from what it was a dream to what it is today. And in the 3 years he's been with us, he's become very much a member of this family. And Tim was a brother, a mentor, a counselor, a senior member of our leadership team. Really became a part of our family over the last 3 years when we very closely interacted with him and worked with him. And on some occasions, when we've been with the team on site, he shared with me the great loves, and Raikan, Tim really did love you. He told me about how you met when he was in India, and this was one story he would share with a lot of love and passion. And he truly did love you, and wherever he is, I'm sure he's thinking about you, and you're in and is watching over you. And so Reckon, you also remain very much a part of this family, and anything we can offer to do or we're able to do, it will be a pleasure and privilege to do for you and to do for your family. So we pray for him, we're praying for you as a family, and we pray that you may find comfort in this difficult time, and we ask you to remember that we are with you through this trying period. We pray that God may rest Tim's souls in eternal peace.
Tim was a great committed leader who worked all the time. He did not complain, he did not seek anything for himself but to work. He was focused to finish the Nairobi Mall, and we are sorry that he departs us before the mall is complete. But I believe maybe God wanted him to go and build the Mall of Heaven. So we have to continue building the Mall of Kenya, and we will be sure that we do not ever forget Tim's participation in developing the project. So wish his family God blessings, and we can only pray for his soul.
What I can say about Tim is largely he's one of the kindest and most generous people I've met. He liked thinking that he's not a people person, but he was really a people person. And over the 3 years that we've worked together with Tim, we've come to share a lot. He's been not just a colleague or a leader, he's been a friend as well. He's shared a lot, especially about his personal experiences in Denmark, in India, where he got his wife, about his parents as well, and his sister. He spoke really fondly and highly of them. May his kind soul rest in peace. May his family get the fortitude and strength and understanding, because we sure are trying to as well get there. The amount of kindness and generosity, it's a big blow, not just for us, for everybody who knew Tim.
My name is Tim Hitchen. I'm the Director of Project Delivery for Athena Properties. A uniqueness on this project for me personally is being in the industry for 25 years. What I found working with Athena, it's a personal challenge in that the team from Athena are all very young engineers, architects, project managers. And I found it very interesting actually managing the team and actually imparting my knowledge, but the one guiding light that I've had on the project is the actual enthusiasm from the local team here. The Kenyan team that I have running with me are very passionate, enthusiastic about the project, and that's actually made the project a lot easier for me as a project director.